here.
We're
Welcome,
here.
everybody, to Emergency Encounters, our live show tonight. And tonight we're doing bizarre news, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm here with Cam and Dirty Birdie, the world's worst spy. I don't know. How did your week go this week?
Mine was pretty rough a little bit here and there. I don't know what's going on with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've all been there this week. Like allergies, sinus stuff,
Cold.
coughs, colds. It's been ridiculous. I think everybody I know has been sick for a month. So, including myself. Hey, Mud Lover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are going to bring you some crazy news stories from all around. And Cam, you are going to start tonight. What do you got on the plate?
Well, I wanted to start by talking about the Aaron Goodwin situation, just because it's insane. I don't think any of us ever expected this to happen. But Aaron Goodwin, one of the cast members of Ghost Adventures, so allegedly his wife, Victoria, she was just arrested and charged last week for, I guess, murder for hire, you can say. She wanted to get out of the marriage so badly that she started messaging an inmate in Florida. And then she just started kind of plotting how to kill her husband, Aaron Goodwin.
That is the most bizarre thing I mean,
Just
like
get
leave. Like leave.
Just get a divorce. It's cheaper.
Get a divorce. Leave.
Almost wondering if it has something to do with like money. If maybe she's like,
oh, man,
I kill him, I get all of his money, but ooh.
I don't understand like the whole thing like we have right now in Arizona, right, with the Lori Vallow case and with the whole alleged conspiracy to commit murder with Charles Vallow. It's these women are psycho. I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, I have no idea. And he was filming when he found out about it. And he was just like, this poor guy.
It has to be money, don't you think? I mean, why? It has to be. I don't know what he made on that series or is making. It's got to be pretty decent money. I mean,
he's got to be making yeah, he's making money shooting the shows and then syndication and then merch and then guest appearances and what he's making money.
Yeah. But why? Okay, so did she know this inmate? Do you know?
It doesn't say. It says that everything about the inmate, she started talking to him last year. So I'm wondering if she met him off of like one of those find an inmate websites or.
Oh my god. That just gives
me. It was
it
allegedly discovered because one of the corrections officers found that inmate's phone, and then the whole plot fell apart.
Yeah, Mad Max just said after Zach gets his cut. Yeah, I don't know. So there are, and if you don't know this, and I hope we're not getting feedback, guys. I'm trying to work with my mic settings and stuff, but there are those weird classified ads that you can, like you said, find an inmate where you can start writing to inmates. And so she must have, I wonder how many she wrote to till she found the one who would get out and do the deed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So did they actually, how did she get caught? Do you know?
The corrections officer, when he found all the information on the phone, I believe he interviewed the inmate, and then it just kind of escalated from there. But apparently she'd been fantasizing about pulling this off for a while. So,
wow, that's dark. Okay, so the
guy never why I never got married.
Huh?
Remind me why I never got married.
That's probably one reason why.
It's just so much easier to walk away. I don't understand that.
That's freaking bizarre. Gotten a killer amount in alimony or something, at least.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't. Okay, well, anyway, it's just easier to walk away. And there's a lot of people out there that do conspire to kill their spouses. And I wonder if she had like a big life insurance policy on them too, that she was trying to catch them on. 'Cause that
Oh,
was
maybe life
really
insurance.
what was going on with Valo, Daybell, whatever her name is. That there was that big life insurance policy on Charles, and she wanted that when she was so upset when she found out he had changed his life insurance when they separated. So
Yeah.
yeah, I bet you there was a couple of 100K or more, maybe a million on this guy.
Mm,
Dude, he seems like of all of the guys on that, sorry, but raunchy program, that he's the one that I liked. You know, he seemed like a decent guy.
Yeah, just looking up to his net worth is only like 1.5 million.
oh,
So
only, just only.
just only.
Well, yeah, but yeah,
I mean, compared to Zach's, I'm sure that's nothing.
true. Yeah, true. I mean, you got to give it to Zach as far as give him his props that he marketed himself very, very well. He was very good at doing that. I
Oh, he has
just,
a chokehold in that
I
network.
don't like his show. I don't like what they do, and I know a lot of it is, yeah. Anyway, I've been to a lot of places they've gone to after us, and the things that they claimed were on the walls, painted on the walls, and this and that, were not there when we were there. And so, it was all staged, a lot of it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
They do go to haunted locations. I just think that a lot of the show is baloney. But anyway, that's not what
A
this is
little
about.
fabricated.
That is just a bizarre. That's a bizarre story.
Yeah, so it
Wow.
looks like Zach's worth 30 million and the rest of the cast makes about 1.5.
Wow.
Because
Pretty
of
big
course,
difference.
You'd think they'd put a contract out on
I,
Zach.
I would think that Aaron would get a little bit more because
You'd
back
think
when I used to
so.
watch them, they would always send Aaron into like the worst places. They're like, okay, get in this big oven and sit in here and do an EVP, and they're like, he's like, no, he's like, do it anyway. He's like, no, well, where are you guys going to be? Oh, we're leaving. You get to stay
Yeah.
here all by yourself.
Always
Yeah.
doing
I
the
don't
dirty
know.
work.
Poor Aaron. Yeah. Anyway, that's a terrible story. That's just a. Anyway, Dirty Bird. What
Yeah,
did you find today?
I found a nifty one from our little state here, and it's about the chopstick ninja. And
What?
yeah, on March 31st, a gentleman uh, by the name of David Rush broke the Guinness World Record for putting chopsticks in a target at 13 feet.
No.
So, yeah,
Okay.
originally, wait, what was it? Yeah, originally it was 19. Somebody managed to get 21, but Rush hit the target with chopsticks 29 times and broke the world's record. But apparently, once he started, it was almost he was almost in like in a meditative state doing it. He just said, and he just kept going thunk thunk, just throwing away. And next thing he knew, he had 21 stuck in there. So yeah, there's that little thing.
That's
Ugh.
cool.
Yeah,
So did you hold on? Are you sharing? Do you have a picture?
uh, yeah. Hang on. Well, I got a video. I don't know if we can.
Can you share it? I'd like to see it.
Yeah. 1 second. Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, Jess is obviously not with us tonight. She's out and about doing her Jessie things, and next week we do have we're going to have an actual topic, and I'm hoping to get a guest on who's had a lot of paranormal experiences so that we can talk to him. He lives back east. You've got something here, Bertie. You ready to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I let me add that.
And that's that they're a nightmare to have as dinner party guests. I had David round to my house. The cutlery went absolutely everywhere.
What are you attempting here? For the most target hits with chopsticks in 1 minute.
Can I have a go at this? See how we do. Well, I hit the target, but it didn't go in, so it wouldn't have counted. Of course, in you come.
The target you need to beat is 21. Behind those cameras. Here we go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wow.
Impressive.
That really is. That goes.
Really focused.
Oh, they're metal. Okay. I was trying to figure out what.
Yeah, they're metal. I didn't know they were metal. I thought they were actual chopsticks.
That's crazy. It just goes to show that you will actually do anything to get into the world's records book, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I guess, hey, if you got some kind of math skills, you might as well do it. Anyway, that's cool. All right, let's stop it. We can remove it. That's pretty sweet. I don't know. I've never tried
That's
anything
so
like
cool.
that. It is pretty cool. I like it. Yeah. Okay, so what have I got? Let's see. Okay, so I found a gentleman who swallowed Tiffany diamond earrings. And he swallowed 700, well, what do you call it, British pounds worth of Tiffany earrings. And it was a snatch and grab, really. He was in looking at all of these earrings, and I'm going to show you a picture of his gut because he gets arrested. They find him like 360 miles away from the scene of the crime. So he snatched all these earrings and just ran out the door. And then apparently he swallowed them, and they had to wait till they came out. So when he got arrested, they had to take him to the hospital. Do you see him there?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
They had to take him to the hospital, and I'm imagining, although they didn't say, that they gave him a whole lot of laxative and then had to wait for the earrings to come out. And then, so they did get their earrings back, and he said he should have thrown the earrings out of the car instead of swallowing them. I was cracking up. I'm like, what kind of doofus? And so here's some of the earrings, cleaned up a little bit, thankfully. I'll show those to you. I was just cracking up, and yeah. So here's the earrings all cleaned up, some of them. Anyway.
Well, still, I hope there's like not going up for resale.
Well, I guess once you clean them, they're clean, right? So it's pretty hard. You wouldn't know it. They'll just put them back in the case. But yeah. So
the poor lady that's walking around, and then she just keeps going.
Are these those butt earrings?
Oh God. As far as, we had a comment on here from Mad Max about the chopsticks, and they said lawn darts would be better. I'm throwing lawn darts. That's awesome. So okay, Cam, you're up next.
So the next one that I have comes out of Kansas. So on March 24th, there was a babysitter who was watching this child. And I guess the child kept complaining that there was a monster under her or his bed. And so the babysitter went to go check just to like ease her mind, not expecting that she would actually find a man under the bed. So she checks. 27-year-old Martin Villalobos, I guess, was hiding there. He used to live at that residence, but he was under protection on an abuse order. And so then the babysitter kind of had to call the police, get him out, and yeah.
Oh my God, can you even imagine?
He used to live there?
Yeah, I guess he used to be a residence at that home before this family had lived there, apparently. So I don't know if he was super confused or
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah, but he is out on bond now. So
that's really weird. I wonder
That's
if
super weird.
you would think the
Um,
realtor would change the locks after the previous owners left.
it would be smart.
yeah, that's yeah. Remember there was a you guys are too young to remember it, but I think there was a movie that was out years ago, and there was a babysitter who had called the police. Um, hey, Starfox is here.
Hey, Star Fox.
Yeah, there he is. Hey, Starfox. Yeah. So Starfox is, just so y'all know, he's our buddy, and we do podcasts with him. He has a show called Midnight Lycanthropy. Please go over to his YouTube page because he does beautiful content, and check out all of his videos. But years and years ago, there was a movie about a babysitter who was being tormented by somebody who was stalking her, and when she called the police, then the police traced the guy was in the house on the other phone, like upstairs in the house.
The call
And
is coming
they
from
told her,
inside the house.
yeah, they were telling her, get out, he's in the house, that kind of thing. That was that whole weird, yeah. So
And then
that's freaky.
Yeah, that's insane.
and then there's those people that actually like live in the walls or in the attic, and you didn't.
We've had a few of those murder cases where people were actually living in the attic.
Oh,
Yeah.
or crawl spaces. I've heard of that too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would live in there, and then people are saying, I think we're having paranormal activity. Stuff is coming up missing,
Mm-hmm.
and food's going missing, and come to find out that they're in a crawl space, or they're in between the walls, or in the attic. And
Goosebumps.
We had
they
that one
live
guy
there.
that he was stalking his girlfriend and ended up killing her. Yeah, it was a bizarre story. True story. Somewhere back east, like Massachusetts, Vermont, something like that. And he was living in the attic and messing around with stuff. And then they ended up taking her out. And it was terrible. But anyway, so okay. Cam went, and then let's see. Are you up, Birdie, or am I? I've already lost track.
Yeah, I'm up. I got
Okay.
another silly, goofy one.
Okay.
So
Mad Max said, yes, When a Stranger Calls. That's it. That's the movie.
Okay, I think I've heard that one.
Yeah. Thanks.
So
Jason.
in New York, a Cheeto shaped like the beloved Pokemon Charizard has been sold at auction for a total cost of $87,840. It's a 3-inch long flaming hot Cheeto, and I've seen this.
You have
I've
a
seen this
picture?
before. Yeah, I've got it.
Why the hell can't I find like a piece of toast shaped like Jesus or something that I can auction off and pay off my
Piece of
farm?
toast shaped like Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? There's all this stuff out there, and it never happens to me.
Yeah, I'd love to find something like that.
Pokemon
People buy.
Really does look like
Cheeto
Yeah.
lizard.
Charizard.
Kind of looks like a dragon, maybe.
Yeah, that's what Charizard is a giant
Oh,
dragon.
is it? I wouldn't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay.
Oh,
Holy moly.
yeah.
God.
Need
I
to
wonder
tell
if
you
it was
about.
glued together. Like,
No, I actually remember when this first came out. Somebody had a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, and they were munching on it, and he pulled it out. He pulled it out and goes, "Oh, look, this looks like Charizard." And someone goes, "You need to put that on eBay." And he did,
Yeah,
and
wow.
somebody bought it for an exorbitant amount. I mean, he did the plastic case with the backing and everything like that. He posted on there, and he had bids coming in like that, and they were into thousands of dollars just for that.
Bananas.
And I think too, didn't they end up doing like a competition for the company to see if anybody else could find any weird shapes or something like that after that?
Yeah. Yep. Just like, Jesus on toast. They're like, look through your bags and see if you can find anything weird. And
Yeah.
I don't know if they offered him, Cheetos offered him any money or anything, but yeah, I remember when that came out, they're like, try to find more bizarre shapes. And
That's craziness. All right, I've got a werewolf story for you guys.
yay, werewolves.
Yeah. So in a werewolf remains with human hands has been discovered. And apparently, let's see, where did this take place? This is they say that mysterious remains that reportedly resemble a werewolf have left locals petrified. This is out of the Mirror, and so I think the Mirror is over in
The
Europe,
UK.
UK. And so on the ground were the remains of a bizarre beast about the size of a sheep with strange fur and teeth. I'm going to show you this as I read. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so there's the remains. Okay. I mean, that looks like a dog back here, this back leg. That looks doggish. That looks canine. I'm not seeing the human hands, though. I don't know if you can, I don't see human hands, but okay. So what they're saying is it has claws where the fingers should be, but it had hands like humans' hands. Do you see human hands in there?
No, I
I
don't.
don't.
I can't see anything at this angle.
Well, I see a back leg right there. Definitely canine type of back leg right there. There's a paw and the back leg, but I'm trying to find the front legs and I'm not seeing human hands with claws.
Mm-mm.
No. So what they're saying is that it had, and why does it keep doing this to me? The article goes away and then I have to reload it again. I don't know exactly where this was because the stupid ads keep coming up over the article and I can't read it. Why can't I get rid of this thing? Why? Let me try it again. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to get it to load and all I'm getting are ads. Oh, close. There we go. So this says there's been a lot of eerie screams in the woods where this thing was found. And it's in the rural area of, oh, wait a minute. This is located in the southeast of the Mexican capital of Mexico City. So this was in Mexico, not in the UK. And when the locals went to see it, they found an animal the size of a lamb with rare jaw fur, with hands that resembled a human, like we said, but I don't know. I'm not seeing the human part of it at all. Someone thinks it's just a possum. Someone else thinks it's a bear. Another person said, it's my mother-in-law. And then a fourth said, look, it's already decomposed. We don't know. It certainly wasn't screaming the night before. And apparently they had heard it screaming the night before. So, but again, I'm not seeing where the hands would be. I don't see it at all. Kind of reminds me, Bertie, of that alleged thing that was found up here on the trails, but we don't know exactly where it was because we couldn't find it. You went out and looked for it.
I went out and looked for it. Yeah, yeah.
It had
They
kind
said
of
it
the
was.
body of a lion, but the snout of it was more of a snout, a jawline of a, what was it? It wasn't a wolf. It was a snout of a
Red fox.
hyena.
Where
But
was
it
it?
had,
Oh, that thing here? That thing here?
yes, it was supposed to be found out in Pocatello Creek somewhere, City Creek trails, and but it had fur like a mountain lion, but the jaw. I work with biologists, and I showed the pictures to them, and they said it looked more hyena-ish.
How long ago was that? I don't remember
Last
hearing.
fall.
Oh, weird.
Trying to think.
Yeah. Last fall.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was or last spring because it was muddy, and you were trying
It
to
was
get up.
muddy. Yeah, yeah. I think it was about a year ago.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I
I
think it
have the
was
pictures
March.
still. They're really bizarre. I don't know.
Yeah, I was
Anyway,
looking. Anyway, to me, it looked
what
like a red fox.
oh
Unless,
yeah, no, the jawline was not a red fox. The fur could have been fox. Nope. The fur was more like a mountain lion. It was very smooth coat. Did not have a fox coat at all.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I went
Yeah.
looking for it and I couldn't find it. Tried to get a hold of the lady that took the picture. Nothing. Didn't get anything back from her. So, but
Yeah. So who knows where they got the photo. Okay, Cam, did you have another?
Yeah, so this one is less bizarre, a little more wholesome. It's about an alligator who was in South Carolina and he was thought to be a resident in this apartment complex because he was so calm and sweet and he just kind of sunbathed and he didn't really cause any trouble or harm to any of the actual like residents of the apartment complex. Um, but then a new management ended up taking over the apartment complex, and they ended up having him euthanized. And the residents of the apartment complex were so upset they had a little vigil to honor him. And so I thought it was kind of sweet.
Oh, well,
uh,
yeah.
yeah,
I
I feel bad for the alligator, but then again, if you take a domesticated wild animal and put it back into the wild, they're not going to make it. So
I don't
that's
know how much you
unfortunate.
can domesticate an alligator.
I would guess
You
not.
know what I'm saying? But maybe you can. I don't
There
know.
must be like a Joe Exotic of alligators out there.
Yeah.
We had a guy in my hometown that that had a pet alligator that was his guard dog, his guard
Okay.
gator, and it ended up biting a sheriff's deputy because obviously this guy was up to no good, and they ended up having to bust him for a bunch of drugs. And they went in there, and the gator got the deputy and bit him, and so they shot the gator.
Yeah. It reminds me of the episode on Atlanta called "The Gator Man."
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen it, Colleen?
I have not.
I've only seen clips of it, and it's funny. It's so funny. Yeah, they're like, "We got to come in here and talk to this guy," and he's like, "No, you don't." And they're like, "Why?" And he's like, "That's the Gator Man." And they're like, "The Gator Man, what's that mean?" He's like, "Keep messing around, you'll find out." So he bangs on the door, and this lady answers it, and like, "Is so and so here?" And she's like, "Yeah, just a minute though. Don't let the gator out." And they're like, "You don't have a gator." And then, and of course, it opens up again, and the guy's there, and he's talking to him. He's like, "I gotta let my gator out," or something like that. And he opens it up, and sure enough, here comes a 6 foot long alligator come walking out of the doorway.
So
They're like, "Sir, why do you have an alligator?" "Oh, that's my guard dog."
yeah, I wouldn't mess with it, that's for sure. But as a running joke at NAS Naval Air Station, New Orleans, that's one of the things that they do is every once in a while somebody will catch a small gator and throw it in the barracks.
Oh,
It's kind of a thing. I'm like, no, no. So,
scary.
yeah, seriously. Okay, so I have a story about a bride who apparently a New York haunted house, which is it's uh I guess these people put up like their house and they do it up like like with the I don't even know what that sound was. They do it up for Halloween, and now they're facing legal action because a honeymooning couple who went to the horrifying experience ended up with the bride breaking both of her ankles just 2 weeks after the wedding. And now she's claiming trauma, like a traumatic incident and everything else. And, that's why we can't have nice things, you know, because everybody sues everybody for everything. I mean, things happen and you do get hurt, but you just say you got hurt on your own property and just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't. And I don't know. I don't know exactly the circumstances, but apparently there was it's called a haunting in Hollis. It's located in New York City, and it's like a super duper great attraction for the neighborhoods and everybody goes. But she ended up falling down a 20-foot drop inside the house, she said. I don't know how you can drop 20 feet unless it's through a chimney. So I don't get that. That's 2 stories because each story is usually 10 feet in building height, right? You have 8-foot walls, but then you have so I don't know. That's a huge drop. How would you do that? I don't know.
Rotting floorboards? I don't know.
I know. So I don't get it. But anyway, she said she fell down 20 feet. If she did, then that's horrible. But she fell down 20 feet and broke both of her ankles, and that would be horrible. So the city ended up shutting down the haunted house. And I don't know if it was like a dilapidated building that somebody bought and turned into this thing, but I mean, usually it's kind of you go to haunted houses, it's kind of implied that there's, but I don't know. I don't know if there was a 20-foot drop. That's pretty damn serious.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they shut down operations after that.
Oh, for sure.
Well, the city did come in and shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. You guys, I just saw a UFO story. Sorry, I'm kind of surfing as we go. And we have a UFO video that we can show you guys. So I am going to stop this. Cam, do you have anything else?
That was the last one that I pulled up, but I've kind of been browsing too. So
I'm
Browsing.
sorry. What did you say? I couldn't get this thing to stop.
the alligator one was the last one that I had
Okay.
set aside, but I've been kind of browsing as we've been chatting. So
I am going to share this. I don't know anything about it, but this is kind of what we were free flow tonight, just kind of finding some news stories for you guys. So I'm going to share my screen. This is a UFO over Tambaram. I have no idea where that is. Okay, but we're going to share this and I'm going to play it. Let's see. Here we go. And there's an ad, of course. Why? Do we have, can I close that? What's happening here? What do you guys see? You're seeing nothing?
I see black.
black.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to, it just keeps going to VRBO. Why is it doing that to me? Why can't anything work? Let me try it again. Why? I guess maybe I have to play the VRBO ad first and then I can go to it. Good grief. Can we just play? It just keeps going to VRBO. All right. Let me try to pull it up again. Present, share. Here we go. And this might be an ad. Maybe I need to let this play through. Yes. Sorry, guys. But I love these videos that we get of like UFO stuff all over the world because I like to look at them and really try to dissect them. 9 times out of 10, I don't think they're UFOs, but sometimes you get something that looks really interesting. And hopefully we will actually see something here if we can get through this silly ad. Okay, here we go.
If you like this video, please like, share.
What do you think that was?
Hmm.
It almost looked to me like searchlights because they stopped. You know how the old searchlights used to?
Yeah, the big what are those things called? Cannon lights in front of
like
theaters.
you see them in Vegas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can play it again. Okay, hold on. Let me stop this. Stop. Okay. Let me back it up.
How do you
That was weird. I don't know what that was. But it's
Yeah,
yeah, Mad Max thinks it's searchlights too. It's like they were going like this and then just stopped, and they're under the cloud, not coming through the cloud. There
Yeah.
seems to be no illumination in the cloud.
yeah, they're a little erratic for a UFO for me.
I know we have, and you have a UFO story here, Dirty Bird. I mean,
Which one? I mean, my personal one?
you've
Or
had a personal one.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. My dad said that he saw one when he was a pilot in search and rescue, that they all saw it. They were on formation flying up around Mount Rainier and looking for a downed aircraft, and they were in formation flying. And they had a lot of eyes out looking, and they were looking at Rainier because they kind of had an idea where this plane went down. And he said as they were flying, something came in from the side, flew with them, but they couldn't make out exactly what it was. It was just metallic looking, but it wasn't an aircraft. And then was above them, below them, and then took off. And they all saw it. And then I have that newspaper article that I found in his military stuff of when he was in the military. When he joined the Army Air Corps, it was during World War II, and he was an observer. So they would station these guys out to look for enemy aircraft right off the coast. And he was down in Hollywood when he joined. So he's stationed down in Southern California. And it was him and another guy that saw a UFO over the ocean coming at him. And it made the paper. Like, so many people saw it at the time that it made the paper. So pretty wild.
Yeah. Sorry. Speaking of Southern California, my mom in the 60s grew up at, I can't remember the name now. Now I'm put on the spot. Coronado, California. And she would go down to the military base out there, not on it, but near it, and go swim in the ocean. And she was telling me that, after it got a little bit dark, she said you would see lights coming out of the sky and zoom over the ocean or out of the ocean. Said it was really bizarre.
Yeah. Well, in Coronado, that's a Naval Air Station down there too, right?
Mhm.
And yeah,
20
so there's a lot of
29
stuff.
Isn't it 29 Palms?
No, that's out in Coronado. I thought Coronado was on the ocean.
It is on the ocean.
Yeah, 29 Palms is over by.
I'm thinking of
Palm
a
Springs.
different spot then.
Tree area.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see, looking for some more stuff here. Here is, oh no. This is a woman who just, she paid, why would you do this? She paid $17,000 to have 6 ribs removed from her rib cage in order to achieve a smaller waist.
Oh no! Oh,
Why would a doctor do that? Why would a doctor do that? I mean, he's the one who should be disbarred. You know what I'm saying? Like, lose his medical degree for doing something like that, because you shouldn't buy into somebody else's mental illness. And I'm sorry, that's mentally ill. If you want to do that it's different than having, I mean, I had a lower facelift done. I'm not taking bones out of my body because I want to look different.
You know what's a little crazy though? I've said before to my boyfriend that I would want some ribs taken out so I could have a small waist.
No, girl.
I'll admit to it 100%.
No. I want to see. Let's see if they show her before and after. They don't show her.
What is it called? The Barbie figure, and zooms in. Oh god, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's that, oh gosh, I just don't understand people who would do that to their body. But no, I'm sorry. That's, don't do that, Cam.
No, it's okay. I've had a lot of harsh feedback on that.
Yeah, no, we have ribs for a reason. They're there to protect our organs. You remove your ribs, you remove the armor around your organs, right? It's not just the waist thing. That's there. That's our the helmet for your kidney, your liver, and your stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, Mud Lover said if I remember correctly, it was kind of creepy looking. There's no photos, so so
I remember seeing it a long time ago. Yeah.
this was just updated in 2025, so there must be a new person who just did it.
Ugh.
This was in
Gross.
Missouri, this gal did it. So and
Oh
she
yeah.
said, oh my god, she asked the hospital for her ribs and she's trying to figure out what to do with them. She said boil them down for broth and have an Emily barbecue or give them to her dog or incorporate bone like into jewelry or I'm sorry. That's no. No.
When that
There's
part's,
just hmm?
it's that part's a bit much.
That's a
Yeah.
little
I was getting hungry for dinner, but not anymore.
oh my god. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on around the world today. Um let's see. Oh, no, I can't. That one's too gross. That's too gross for me to even talk about. And there's nothing off topic for me. Uh what do you guys got? You're scrolling through the news. You finding anything?
Yeah, I actually just found one where it looks like an 18-karat gold toilet was stolen from the mansion where British wartime leader Winston Churchill was born.
Churchill had a gold toilet?
Apparently, it's worth
Wow.
$6 million.
That's amazing.
$6 million toilet, really?
Yeah.
We had a guy at home.
Yeah,
There was a really ritzy area right before you get into Folsom, and it's called El Dorado Hills. And there was a section of El Dorado Hills that was very, very, very expensive. Like Eddie Murphy has a house there. There's a lot of wealth there, and there was a guy who had gold sinks and toilets in that house. He was from like Iran or something like that. He had a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a coyote who got into trouble on January 13th. He ended up in the refrigerated case of a produce section of an Aldi store in Chicago. He was behind a selection of fine cheeses. Apparently, he was wandering around looking for something to do and something to eat, and he ended up in the case behind cheeses. So, could be worse. I guess they don't say whether or not he froze to death. And I don't think it was frozen. So apparently he probably got some cheese and they got him out of there.
Nah, he probably went into the walk-in cooler, not the freezer. So that's why he lived. Because you go into
Uh-huh.
you go into the walk-in freezer and you get locked in there. Oh, you're not gonna last very long.
No, yeah. Here's another story. This one is out of Victoria, Australia. Apparently, two would-be arsonists they wanted to set fire to a Melbourne fast food outlet. This was on Christmas morning. And apparently, they caught themselves on fire.
Oh.
And they ended up running around and the fire burned off their pants, like on their butt cheeks. And so, so as they were running from the fire, all the cameras could see was bare bottoms running away. And other than that, they weren't hurt that badly. That'll teach you.
Yeah, yeah. Whew.
Okay, what else we got going on
Yeah,
here?
I can imagine trying to rob a place and catching yourself on fire, and oh man, you just running around with your butt cheeks hanging out.
Yeah, that's yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's look at some stuff that's for sale. This is actually kind of cool, but it's kind of morbid. Here is a coffin, a Victorian age era coffin, child's coffin for sale. It's for the $7,200. You can own this child's coffin, and why you would want to view a child in a coffin, I don't know, but you can buy it on your PayPal credit card, apparently. Just so you know, if you really wanted it.
Can Klarna that.
Yeah.
Victorians were weird about death.
Who?
The Victorians were weird about death.
Yeah, they were. I'm trying to get to the other oddities that they have for sale. Oh, here's one right up our alley. This is cool. Oh, wait. It was on eBay. I don't know where it is now. It's a 1940s. It is so hard to talk and try to share a screen at the same time. I can't walk and talk and chew gum at the same time. This is a Ouija board from the 1940s. I would love to have that. That is very, very cool. That is very cool. What else do we... Oh, okay. This is for bloodletting. This is for sale. Scarifier, I think they call it. Let's see. Yeah, scarificator. What? How do you
Scarificator.
Scarificator. It's used for bloodletting. Ooh.
Or
It releases 13 small blades that would pierce the patient's skin. A must-have for any medical oddities collection. Oh no.
Oh, scarificator.
No. Scarificator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want that. Oh, this is cool. This is a Snake Girl circus sideshow banner. That's cool. I like that.
No, I would like to have that.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I like it. What else have we got for sale? An articulated hand with 6 fingers. This is cool. Didn't Marie Antoinette, she had 6 fingers?
Oh, that's cool.
Wasn't it Marie Antoinette? I think she did.
Maybe.
Yeah. So what else have we got out here? Here's another. It's a 1920s Ouija board, so this one's even older. Pretty sweet.
Oh, that one's cool.
1920s down. Oh yeah, the other one we looked at was 1940s. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty old. Pretty cool. I love stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
All right, and then there's Ed Gain collectibles.
Oh, those would be cool.
Oh God, this is gross. All right. Oh. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share this.
It's like skin.
You can definitely tell. Oh, close. Look at that.
Holy moly, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty gross, guys.
My God.
Is that actually a skin, or is that like
that? Well, it's skin of one of his victims, I'm sure. I know. Oh my gosh, they even made a comic book about him. Hold on, let me get this shrunk so you can see this. Oh, this is. Yeah, Ed Gein. I guess there's a new series coming out about Ed Gein.
Yeah.
What's his
Ryan
name from who?
So he did all the American Horror Story shows in the Dahmer series, and he's doing now one on Geen, I think with Charlie Hunnam is playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I love him. I love him. But so I might watch it, but I don't think I have that channel. You can get an Ed Gein action figure with blood on it.
I would get it.
Get one for Junior today. Oh my God. Let's see. Here's a digging up his mother's grave model kit.
Excuse me, what?
He's digging up his mother's grave. It's a kit that you can get.
How morbid.
It's a model kit. Oh my God, why?
What the hell is happening? Oh my God. Yeah. And then you can get souvenir dirt directly from his property if you want.
I think
Who
I
knows
did
where the dirt
find
is really
that.
from?
There was like a weird website I found, I think called Cult Collectives, maybe, where they sell a bunch of things like that from like serial killers, and they have interesting stuff on there.
What is it called?
I want to say Cult Collectives.
Okay. I'm telling you, there's some weird stuff out there. I'm not going to spend money on the stuff, but it's interesting what people are into.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
people have issues.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So sorry, guys. This was kind of a loose show tonight. We just we're finding some topics for you to keep you entertained. And next week we'll be back with Messy Jessie, and we're going to do a pretty cool topic that she has researched and she's been wanting to talk about. And then just to let you guys know that we will be live streaming Sunday when we go to Delita. We are doing a paranormal investigation at Delita skating rink in Pocatello, and we're super stoked about it. That used to be a World War II like dance hall. They had orchestras, they had big band music, and a lot of people have heard and seen things in the building when it's not full of people and skating and music and everything else going on in there. So they had asked us to come in, and I guess there's 3 stories to it with the basement and the attic and the skating floor itself. So we will be live streaming starting about 2:30. We're going to get there at 2. Dwayne, it's at 2:30. That's when I plan on live streaming. So we will live stream to YouTube and Facebook, and we'll have all of our gear going. I'm probably going to end the live stream at 6, but Andy will continue to live stream on our Facebook page, and our Facebook page is Pocatello Paranormal Research, and he'll probably continue to live stream through the evening. I've got to get home to feed all the farm animals and get all that stuff done, so I'll be streaming from 2:30 to about 6 here, and we're looking forward to it. I've heard a lot of stories about Delita and some of the hauntings they have going on in there and who they think's in there. Apparently, there's one person in particular that they think's in there. So we have our mediums going in, and a whole team. We have a huge team going in Sunday because it's a big building, so we can not trip over each other. It'll be a lot of fun, I think. So anything else that you guys wanted to chat about before we end the stream tonight?
I'm excited to go to Delita.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and end it 5 minutes early. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I know it wasn't an actual topic. It was more random, but we really had a lot of fun bringing this to you. And please subscribe, tell your friends. We have a lot of topics coming up that you're really going to like. And but we're going to sign off, and we wish you well and have a good rest of the week. Bye.
See you.
Night, everybody.